Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Tiaboo, and I'm going to talk about more of the shows that I watched today, and also one show that I actually completely forgot existed, but watched a couple of days ago and forgot to put into my previous treasure hunt reporty thingy. Let's start with that one because why not? The first one that I watched a couple days ago and completely forgot about because it is entirely forgettable was Koisuru Asteroid. It is the Doga Kobo Cute Girls Doing Cute Things show of the season, and it's pretty alright. I called it in the actual reaction to it, I compared it to cotton candy. It's light and fluffy and colorful and sweet and is mostly hot air, and there's basically no nutritional value in it. There's nothing wrong with cotton candy. It's tasty. You can have it on occasion, but it's not going to sustain you. That's pretty much how I feel about Koisuru Asteroid. It's about a bunch of girls who talk about stars and stuff and then create a club, but the club that they want to be in gets merged with another club that is geologically related, so it's like a half astronomy and half geology club, so earth sciences, and then they talk about all the things that they want to do as a new club of people. There are bunch of archetypal characters who are pretty cute and pretty well designed, and they have solid voice actresses, and they do stuff, and the production is pretty darn good because it's Doga Kobo and this is what they do. But it's cotton candy. It's light and colorful and fluffy and sweet, and it's mostly hot air. I won't be watching more of this. I would totally understand people watching more of this. If this is your kind of show, you're going to be into this. If this isn't your kind of show, give it a miss. If you love cute girls doing cute things, even the ones that are pretty baseline, then you'll love this. If you don't, give it a miss. That's pretty much all I got for Koisuru Asteroid. Then we get into the shows that I watched today in particular. I started off pretty early this morning because I was waiting for other stuff to happen with uploading Mawaru Penguindrum. Oh, fucking Penguindrum, yo. What a show. Sorry, weird aside. So I started off by watching one of the 3 shows that aired today, which was number 24. Looking at just the cover art on this, I was like, this is Fujobait. And I was right, it's Fujobait. It is a bunch of Bishonen hot guys who do sports stuff and teamwork and muscly things, and the framing and shot composition is very much because they're cute boys doing cute things. It's like the polar opposite of the spectrum from something like the Doga Kobo shows. It's about cute boys doing wholesome cutie things. I actually thought the show was pretty darn good for what it is. It is definitely that, and if you're not into that, you're not going to be into this, so that counts me out. I'm not into this show. But it looks all right. It functions pretty well, and the story being told is actually pretty relatable, and there are some good things going on there in terms of principles and the main thematic thrust of the show that I kind of agree with. It seems to be mostly about doing the things that you love despite hardship, and in this case we have a boy who loves rugby, who is really good at rugby, who gets injured in a way that happens really fast in like the first 5 seconds of the episode. It's just like boom, motorcycle accident. You're unable to do the rugbies anymore, and so he becomes the manager of a team with a bunch of people who he's already played with. And it's about kind of adapting to that whole situation. He meets this other kid who's relatively small and weak, and also not really suited for being an actual player. And they both become managers together and talk about stuff. There are gonna be a lot of muscly guys doing muscly things and sweating it out. There's one sequence where he and his definitely like aiming for OTP, childhood friendy type of guy, do a really how do I put it? It's that workout where you do push-ups on each other's hands, and so they're like leaning in real close to each other, and all the camera angles and the shots are like really close up on the eye, gazing longingly at him, and really close up on his muscly neck, and it's exactly what you would think it would be. The show is also uh lens flares, and glare everywhere, everywhere, like everywhere. Hopefully I'll go and find some screenshots just to show you how many lens flares there were in this first episode, because it got to the point where it was ridiculous and where I was just having a blast kind of just calling out lens flares. Definitely a show I'm going to give a miss. If you're into Fujo stuff, this is probably pretty good. if you're not into Fujo stuff, give it a miss. It's not that good. Um, it won't convince you that the genre is great. It won't be like outside of the boundaries of the genre. In the way that other things that lean in the same direction, like maybe Haikyuu and Run with the Wind, are. This is not, but it's okay. Next thing I watched was decidedly not okay. It was Plunderer. I really hated it. I really disliked this one. But I watched the entire episode. Unlike something from yesterday, the Animal Girls show, Seiton Gakuen, or Shiton, whatever, Shit on Gakuen. I didn't find this one offensive to my sensibilities in terms of visuals. It was pretty well produced all around, although I found the music pretty ridiculously bad for being from the guy who also did the soundtrack to Mahotsukai no Yome, which is stunning musically. So I don't know how that happened. I just don't think he put in a lot of effort into this one because it wasn't very good. I hate this show. Not because it looks bad, not because it's poorly directed. It's all pretty competent, but I hate the content. And what I hate about it is the specific type of fan service on display here. It's a weird juvenile level of fan service that is pandering to a very specific, rather broad part of the shonen audience, and is functionally quite similar to those things that I've seen of Seven Deadly Sins. It's it doesn't have the decency to lean into its fan service, but it uses its main character, who we are simultaneously meant to empathize with. She's female, but also not the main character because super overpowered guy is the main character. It uses her as a sex object throughout the episode. Every single male character that she meets over the course of the episode gropes her, feels her up, stares at her really conveniently placed inner thigh tattoo that is her number, which is the gimmick of the show. And each character that we've met so far has had a very conveniently placed number. Hers is right on her inner thigh, like just above the line of her skirt. So when she's sitting down, you see part of the number, and you're like, oh, I wonder what else is under there. It's kind of insidious, and I really do not like it. Yeah, no, thank you. There's also the girl with the big boobs who has big boobs and runs a shop of her own, and she's got a number emblazoned right on her tit. It's exactly what you think it would be from that, and I made the thumbnail one of the rapier scenes of the episode because the main girl is literally just a rape object. Like, not even a sex object, a rape object. Guys rape her or try to, or imply that they are trying to, and main guy, who is the good guy, is also a pervert, and is fucking insufferable. And he's the good guy because he's the designated good guy, and he decides to save her from being actually raped while simultaneously continuing to try to damselize and grope her. And I really found it kind of disgusting. I'm giving this an utter miss because it did offend me, honestly, and I'm okay with saying that I did not have a good time with this episode. It was rough, and just kind of fucked up. I don't know. Like, there's fan service that works for me. There's fan service that I understand the appeal of, and then there's fan service that I actually find turns me off, and this was the third of those categories. No thanks. No thanks. Also, oh yeah, the exposition parts. Uh, Part of the premise, and this is set up relatively early, so I'm not spoiling it if you care, is that the main girl has walked 40,000 kilometers through this land searching for this mythical hero, this Taisetsu no ace, this legendary ace. And oh, Densetsu no ace. My apologies, wrong word. And she's gone all over the place. She's talked to tons of people about tons of things, and she has no idea about any of the way that the world works. They've all got these number things on them that have some significance that will be explained in the episode, and she has no idea about any of this, which is really convenient because it allows the author to have other characters tell her, the audience, her, everything that she needs to know about this world. I mean, that we need to know about this world to understand it. It's probably my least favorite form of exposition, and it's continuous throughout the episode, and I fucking hate it. I really dislike everything about this show, except the general production is pretty fucking solid. I mean, it's not Mob Psycho, it's not Azoken, it's not beautiful or anything, but it's competent. And I think that's really unfortunate because I would like to see that kind of competent production on a better show with a better script and better ideas in play. It's really unfortunate. Anyway, yeah, so there were those two, and then there was the third show of the day, which was pretty nice. It was pretty cool. It's the Shieldy Girly one, the Bufori, Itai no way I'm going to remember this name. Yeah, I don't like to get hurt, so I put all my points into vitality or defense because that way I'll prevent anything from hurting me. It's about a girl who's playing a virtual reality MMORPG and doesn't get stuck in it, which is kind of nice, and wanders around the world being a total noob and just putting all of her points into defense while being a great shield user and becomes super fucking OP already by doing so. Character designs are cute. General production is solid. The plot and pacing and flow of scenes into one another is enjoyable and pleasant to watch, as you would kind of expect coming out of a Silver Link, cute girls fantasy type of show. It's sort of their niche, and it's something that they do pretty damn well. That said, along with a lot of the other Silver Link cute girls doing fantasy things type shows, I don't think this is a show that I want to follow weekly, nor do I think it's a show that's going to lend itself to much discussion or good reactions, so I'm not going to be watching it weekly, but I will certainly, once it's all aired, probably download it, put it on my phone, and watch it late at night in bed before I fall asleep, because it's cute, and it's wholesome, and there's a bunch of implication that there's like a really supportive online community of gamers playing this game who are trying to look out for newbies like her and just make sure that she has a good time and understands what the nature of the game is. Nobody tries to fucking rape her, which is nice. Like, I shouldn't have to say that, but I do. Nobody tries to fucking rape her. There's not even an element of sexuality or sexualization, which is nice. It's honestly pleasant. Apparently there's another major character, a deuteragonist, who doesn't get to play with her in the first episode, but will soon, and she's been set up as kind of a dope super gamer, so we'll have to see what happens when they meet up, but it'll be 11 or 12 weeks before I actually see that, because I'm not going to watch this show weekly. It's cute, it's fun, it looks pretty good, it's a good time, it's 24 minutes that I do not regret spending on this show, which I can't necessarily say about some of the other shows that I watched today. Plunderer. Yeah, those are the shows that I watched today, and one that I forgot about of them. I mean, if you're really into CGDCT, then Koisuru Asteroid is probably up your alley. If you're really into Fujoshi stuff and hot cute boys with hair gradients, then watch the number 24 rugby show. If you're really into rape fantasies and perverted fucking heroes and really blatant fan service that pretends not to be in the weirdest way, where it has a villain established as a villain because of his rapiness, literally like spread a girl's legs forcefully so that he can stare at her inner thigh straight at her crotch, and then doesn't even have the decency to show a panty shot during that, is like, why? It's just a level of fantasy fulfillment. I'm sorry, I'm still blathering about fucking Plunder. It baffles me. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. You might like it. I'm sure plenty of people will like it. Plenty of people like Nanatsu no Taizai, like Seven Deadly Sins, and I think that show is appalling. But hey, each to their own, I guess. Anyway, those are the shows that I watched today and a couple days ago. I would watch more of Shieldy Girl because it's cute and fun and wholesome and kind of nice. I would watch more of Koisuru Asteroid if I had to, and if I were really into dudes doing dude things together, like together, then I'd totally be down for number 24. But I won't watch any of them right now. So, sticking with the Azoken is really good, and Pet is pretty good, and Magia Record is pretty okay, and then everything else is way far behind that. that's our lineup for now. We'll see what happens when Doro Hedoro and the Hanako-kun come out. And also everything else, because I'm still gonna watch everything else. Oh boy. Hope there aren't any more like Plunderer. Haha. I hope I have the wherewithal to drop them earlier, if there are more like Plunderer. Anyway, we'll see. Those are the shows I watched. See you next time. Peace.